I hop up on the boat now, but I'm still posted with the same one, yeah. Same one, same one, same one. Same one, the same one. Same one, same one, same one. But I'm still posted with the fucking same one, yeah. Same one, same one, same one. Same one, same one, the same one. Same one, same one, same one. Still posted with the fucking same one, yeah.
Are you the next piece or the X piece? It's alright, Henny gon' tell me. She like the. It's alright, Henny gon' tell me. She like the way my drip all Fendi. All her girlfriends tryna friend me. They can already see me in a Bentley. Riding too deep with my ride.
Hello, kings and queens. Welcome to another episode. Welcome, welcome. I'm joined here again with Aaron. What's up, Aaron?
What's good, everyone?
That's what's up. I like that. Today's episode is brought to you by Divergence. Let us dive into this. Head on. Do your thing, fam.
All right, so if you don't really know what I mean by divergence, what I'm saying is you have one thing and it can split off into becoming basically two different versions of it. The easiest way to look at this example is if you want to look at nature or an animal or anything like that, you could have like a butterfly and you could have a moth. Very similar, but one is more beneficial and the other one's more kind of just annoys you, you know. And then you could look at like a squirrel and a chipmunk versus like a rat or a mouse, you know. They're basically the same. They're the same animal, but
Good
over
and bad.
time, over time they've become different things based off of what they did over life, you know. And you know, then what their kids kept doing because it was taught to them, and
Adaptation.
yeah, so they adapted in certain ways. Like a squirrel and a chipmunk will be eating fruits, veggies. They'll be eating acorns, nuts, pine cones, things that help your brain function, right? You can see how much energy they have. Like they can stand up on 2 feet. When they make those noises, it's like a really high pitched frequency noise. You know, they got those bushy tails. Like the hair stands up on them because they got so much energy. They can run up trees. You know, they can do all that. And then when you got a mouse or a rat, it's walking on all fours. It lives with diseases. It's a scavenger. It just eats whatever's on the ground. It eats anything. It has a nasty tail that just like it can't stand up on 2 feet. The tail is like it doesn't have any energy to it. It's just like lying on the ground.
That's just putting shivers in my back. I hate them things.
Yeah, so that divergence, you know,
Oh.
you can relate it to a lot of different things, right? And when you look at people,
What's up?
you can even look at it as like a timeline thing. So when you're looking at a situation in life, you can do one thing or you can do another. There could be many different things you do, right? But there are many different options you could do. But either way, you're only going to do the one thing at that moment. So whatever you choose to do, that will determine what you're going to keep. Like it builds up momentum. So that momentum you gain, you're going to keep going down that path. This is why like a rat or a squirrel or whatever, it keeps doing that over and over. And then its children, it's in their DNA, and then they keep doing it over and over and over. And then it keeps making them become more of like that thing. And then the other things that are like the rat or the squirrel or the chipmunk or whatever that's eating the brain foods and all these things, it keeps doing more and more of that, and it keeps becoming more and more healthy, you know?
Okay.
In the body, you can look at this as cell division also, right? When
Mitosis, I think, or meiosis.
right.
Yeah.
Either meiosis or mitosis, one of the two, but you just look it up. And it's when the one cell splits into two, right?
Yeah.
And when that happens, it's diverging from one thing. This is how creation happened. You can see it in everything. Everything has that Fibonacci 9 spiral in it. If you don't know what that is, also check it out. But
Google.
Google can be your friend.
For real. Help me graduate through high school. Amen.
Anyone could become a scholar from Google at this point, you know? If you just Google enough out here. Again, that's that divergence, right?
Yeah.
If you're
You guys gotta divert to the right sources though.
if you if you look this up, you might live a timeline now where you're like you're gaining more and more information feeding your brain, right? But then if you don't and you just choose to kind of keep doing things and not pay attention, then you're just going to keep living in a certain type of way as well. Like they're going to build different lives up for you.
Did he just basically say he just broke a timeline? Is he saying if you go through with this and actually search what we're talking about, you're breaking timelines?
Right?
Did he say that? I think he just said that.
There's people with the active mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who want to be mindful of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're mindful, it's not just about searching things and just being agreeing with it, but
Mm-hmm.
being able to look at it and then take it with a grain of salt and keep moving forward from that. You can be building up your brain like that. It could be like brain food, you know. But if you're mindless about something and you kind of just do things just for the sake of doing it, like let's say you just eat foods and you don't think about why you eat them, it might not even be helping build your body. It might be destroying it, like the mouse or the rat, you know, and it might be
Mm-hmm.
causing you to live with diseases or things that you don't even want to live with. And then at the end of the day, you're going to be going to treat a lot of these diseases, and you're really putting yourself in a loop, right? But if you and everybody makes it seem almost impossible, but if you try just eating healthy, then or being mindful about what you're eating, have a purpose for what you're doing, you might start finding that you have way better and healthy results, you know?
There's three things right there that he just whoosh, broke your mind if you guys know how to decipher. Alright? He spoke about time. He spoke about loops. Then he spoke about what was the last one? Ah, my train of thought is already gone. You see? You gotta be mindful in the moment. And I was not mindful of that. I was mindless and it's gone. And maybe that was the third one. I'm gonna make that the third one. Mindful. You gotta be mindful with the information you got. But he's teaching you how to break time loops. He's teaching you about divergence. He's teaching you about how to choose your path, how to divert to the right side, how to divert to the right side. Remember that I said those words.
Right. And when you go into evolution, right, they'll try to, which that's a whole nother conversation, but
Mm-hmm.
they'll try to make you think that maybe like if you have a bunch of giraffes, for example, with natural selection, the giraffes with the short necks are just going to die because they have short necks, and the ones with the long necks are going to make it because they can reach the food they're trying to eat and so on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how did they get a long neck in the first place? Maybe this animal diverged from something that had a short neck, and then it realized that things higher on the tree had more nutrients, so it thought about how it could stretch its neck out, and it actually stretched itself out to be able to reach those things and be
Mhm.
able to grow from those things.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the things that had short necks diverged and became things like um, horses or pronghorns or like a deer or whatever. Because if you look up pronghorns, a pronghorn is a deer with horns. It's the symbol. It's all over Lethbridge uh, and they're in Alberta and things like that, and in places like that. And those pronghorns, for most common ancestor is a giraffe. So how and it looks like a deer. So how is it? It looks basically identical to a deer. It just has horns. So how is its most common ancestor a giraffe? Maybe one chose to eat from the grass and one chose to eat from the trees, right? And then that behavior got reinforced over time, and it grew on that behavior, and then they became different things, right?
My goodness. My goodness. This man is reigning the truth. He's talking about evolution. So how do you pronounce the animal again?
A pronghorn.
A pronghorn, a distant relative of giraffes.
Well, it's actually that's its closest relative to
Or
any
it's
other
or closest.
to any other animal out here. That's its closest relative.
Even more fitting to what I'm going to say. Its closest relative. That does not sound like evolution. That sounds like de-evolution to me. why would that creature need to get shorter and everything unless it's to its environment? But then how would that creature appear in this environment also?
Well, what it is they try to make you think that nature's just going to kill the one that can't do a certain task, right? Like I said, like the ones with the long necks, they're going to just make you think that those ones are going to die off, right? But realistically, in nature, everything finds a way to survive, whether or not they have to like do something that would be unthinkable or unspeakable to you, something that you can't even just imagine.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a good divergence point from you, you know?
Y'all guys should go listen to that. I can't remember who sung it, but I will survive. That song says it all.
Right.
uh, but again, the whole point of survival goes back to divergence. Are we going to divert to the good choices, or are we going to divert to the bad choices? And divergence goes back to fractures. What is a fracture, you say?
The easiest way, again, to look at it is you have a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
You drop the mirror on the ground, it fractures, right? It breaks apart and it shatters. Now, all those things came from one mirror, but now they all split apart to be different things. That's what I mean when I say the Fibonacci spiral is that number 9.
Mm-hmm.
That number 9, like that Fibonacci spiral, everything in nature has that signature. Anything that was created within nature, anything that was created outside of nature by people, or essentially by people, it's using things from nature, but at that point you're taking it out of its natural element and then refining it and turning it into something that it wasn't at that point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So when you go back into this whole fracture, so a lot of people start as like at a 0 point, if you want to call it that, a balance, zen, whatever you want to call it. That's kind of you as like a baby or a kid what you were like when you're a child.
Mm-hmm.
When you start growing, sometimes you take on too many things around you in life, and it will diverge you from your true purpose or what you're truly here to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then people get taken out of their nature and become something that they're not anymore. It's a hard thing for someone to actually stay true to what they are, to stay real, you know? There's so many things outside of us that try to push us to be something that we're not. And then once you do those things, you feel uncomfortable, right? And
Mm-hmm.
being uncomfortable is not the worst thing. Like, you have to grow, you have to move out of your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
But to grow in the correct way you were supposed to grow, there are uses for things that are, comfortable to you, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to grow in what nature intended you to be, then the things that feel natural to you are the things that are going to help you grow. But if you start doing things that are outside of it, you might grow in a different way, but in a way where it's separate to truly what you were, and you're changing your true essence at that point.
So it's all about growth. And funny or not, if you guys research the Fibonacci spiral, shout out Google, shout out YouTube, they're your guys,
Your friend.
your best friends for real. Your real educators that will sometimes lie to you, but you really gotta take it with a grain of salt. But growth, it is implanted in the number 9. It's all about growth because everything grows up.
Right.
If you guys research the Fibonacci spiral, you guys will see that everything grows up.
Exactly.
Nothing grows down. You cannot grow down. You grow up.
Growing down is dying.
Hmm.
Right. So now, if I don't agree with this, but if you say we came from animals, which I do not agree with, because I don't see any animal turning into a human. But if you if you if you came from an animal, or you have animalistic natures, and now we're able to use the one thing that separates us from animals is how we use our brains. Like, it's on a different level.
Completely.
Now, if you have the ability to think about things differently than how animals do, Now that's the thing that will diverge you from being like an animal,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because if you kind of go backwards, you're standing on 2 feet. If you were to
Mm-hmm.
go back onto your hands and like your feet, then you're back on all fours, kind of like an animal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
If you stand up on your 2 feet and use the thing at the top of your head, which is your brain, right? The
Mm-hmm.
thing that's growing up, like the top part of the top part of you that's the closest to the
Mm-hmm.
like what do you call it, to the sky. You're gonna keep growing from the ground up, but still you got to use your brain to do it.
Let me pop a little time loop bubble right there for a lot of you people actually listening to us. Animalistic traits. When people play into their animalistic nature. I'm about to go break a little truth here, Aaron. Key in when you want to, okay? When people go, you get drunk, you go have fun with your friends. You have fun, you're loud, you're obnoxious, you don't know what you're saying, just whatever. It's cool, you're having a good time. Then when you start puking, you're on all fours puking. Then when you start tripping, you start looking like Bambi, never known how to use their legs. Like, okay, okay, that's pretty animalistic. Okay, I got you there. You can't get us anywhere else. Let me go pop another bubble. Fighting. Oh, when you get rocked, do you not look like a confused Bambi?
There it is again, right?
Oh, when you're stomping someone out, do you not look like a bunch of just animalistic tendencies just coming in? You know?
That's exactly what it is, right?
It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. And you can take this back to a lot of things. You just gotta trace these behaviors and trace them back to something. That's what we're doing. And look, you can do
Exactly.
this too.
There could be a time and place for everything, right? But again, at the end of the day, every time you do that, just look at what you're doing. Are you growing from it, or are you becoming attached and kind of just falling victim to whatever that is? You know, if you're drinking water, water will never do you wrong. It's always going to make you grow, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to give you health. It makes you more healthy, no matter what. Breathing, it's always going to. It's never going to do you wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Eating the right foods, eating things that are actually natural, it's never going to do you wrong.
Mm-hmm.
When you get sick, you go do that stuff. You're like it's never gonna. None of these things are ever gonna do you wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Going outside, getting sunlight, it's never gonna do you wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're if you're eating something and it's making you feel not good, chances are that's a sign to use your brain to think that that is not helping you grow. Chances are, if anything is making you feel unhealthy on the inside, that's your body speaking to your brain to tell you that you need to change what you just did. You know?
Mm-hmm. It's giving you guys are giving yourselves a lot of mixed signals.
Exactly.
You gotta unify with your body, unify with yourself, so you guys are on the right road, and don't divert into chaos. Chaos is a very it's I can say this: chaos is very beautiful,
Hmm.
and that alone, chaos is very beautiful because you can't even see it coming. You don't see it coming, but when it comes, you don't even understand how it came, why it came. But when it leaves, you don't even understand that either.
Hmm.
But when you come prepared, when you come learn from your past mistakes and bring it now, and then that divergent comes, that path, that that kind of video game screen, player one, player two. You can address it the way you addressed it, or move on. You choose player one to move on, or player two to move on. It's good, good. But if you choose player one, all you're doing is going back in time,
Right.
literally.
When you're playing that video game, what happens after you beat it? You have to start it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going back to the beginning. And
Mm-hmm.
when you're a kid and you're growing up, everything's so new to you, and it's just fresh, and you just love it, right?
That's why it's amazing.
Because you're growing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, not everybody, but most people get caught into bad habits, and those bad habits aren't letting you grow. They're keeping you in your past. Now, like a child, for example, before that fracture moment, if you want to say that, that kid knows how to keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
What changes when we get older? Why do people stop moving forward? And that's kind of where everyone gets separated. There's the masses where everyone gets stuck into past things and bad habits, or just habits in general. And then there's still the people who are living life and experiencing new things, no matter
Mm-hmm.
how old they get.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give you guys. I'll give you guys one key that is amazing. That once I tapped into was pretty cool. You guys have, one thing that me and Aaron have that's pretty amazing. That's an amazing gift. Your brain, your consciousness. The fact that you're listening to my words right now and making sense, that thing where you're thinking about my words this very second, that right there, that is a gift. Every single moment you have is a gift. I guarantee you, every single dead person, if they had a chance, would trade with any of us. Me, Aaron, you. And if we were to tell them to trade back, they wouldn't, because they understand how precious this consciousness is, this life, this brain is.
Right.
Abuse it. Abuse it for your benefits. Use it.
Align it with your heart, though, too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your heart's going to tell you what is right and what is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's just pretty simple. Like, I'm making this all sound very simple, but it is very simple. There could be a million steps in between to get you back to that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
But either way, every single day, it's pretty simple steps, Like, if you're inside all the time, going outside might be a pretty simple step to take, It's actually just a few steps to go do it. You just walk outside.
Literally.
Just literally do that. You could literally just put a Coke down and pick up water, or pick up a fruit.
Mm-hmm.
You could literally just put down what the other thing is, and then do the alternative based off of what your heart's telling you.
Mm-hmm.
If your mind is telling you that it could be right and you feel like it's wrong, chances are at that point you've convinced your mind that something that's wrong is good.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point you have to go back to your heart and see, okay, if I was a kid, or if you brought this to a child, what would they think? And if you feel uncomfortable around children, even at this point, chances are you're very you're like, you just don't even want to put that spirit around them, because you understand that you're very diverged off, right?
Mm-hmm.
At any point, there's some things, I'm not gonna lie, that you can't come back from, because once you do it, you did it. And to say that that didn't matter, that's just kind of using your brain instead of your heart. There's very obvious examples I could make. I don't even want to make it on here.
Mm-hmm.
Things that people do that are unspeakable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And after you do those things, they try to act like it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
The world today, they try to really make a lot of things out here not matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you really take the time to look at a lot of these things, those people have diverged off, and they have to trick you to trick your heart, really, to make you feel that you don't matter, and that one day you're going to end up like them. But in reality, everyone has their own free will to make their own choices.
Mm-hmm. Abuse it. I'm gonna leave you guys with I was told this once by just a random person on the street. I don't know why, but there is only 3 people in this world that will tell you the absolute truth: drunk people, clowns, and children.
Yeah.
Literally, if you guys don't get the mini Da Vinci Code hidden in that, listen to the podcast. Listen. Dig for the truth, and you will see how much truth is in that little joke that drunk man told me, and so much truth of how much he told me right there. Have a good day, though, kings and queens. Catch you guys later. Please follow Aaron, or if you want to follow Aaron on social media, on IG and YouTube, on Bridge of Raw. Aaron, thank you for coming as always, my friend.
It's been great, like usual.
All right. Catch you guys later. Remember, hear that, feel that, be that. Peace.
The same one, same one. Still posted with the fucking same one, yeah.
Are you the next piece or the X piece? It's alright, Henny gon' tell me. She like the way my drip all Fendi. All her girlfriends tryna friend me. They can already see me in a Bentley. Riding too deep with my rider. She like the lava on the fire. If she a diamond, I'ma buy her. If she my dream girl, not a team thing. If she a team thing, then the team win. Cause she an angel, but a demon. So if you treat her right, she'll leave her. If you chasing by, she ain't sleeping. She on the grind too, that's her mind too. Running, chasing by, that's what I do. Gon' find the one to stay beside you. Gon' find the one that go ride to.
Same one, same one, the same one, same one. Still posted with the fucking same one, yeah. Same one, the same one, same one. Still posted with the fucking same one, yeah. Try to hop up on the boat now, but I'm still posted with the same one, yeah. Same one, same one, same one. Same one, the same one. Same one. But I'm still posted with the fucking same one, yeah. Same one, same one. Same one, the same one. Same one. Still posted with the fucking same one, yeah.
Are you the next piece or the X piece? It's alright, Henny gon' tell me. She like the